Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm about to show you something truly fascinating. 3 incredible 1-cent United States coins that might look ordinary, but trust me, they hold stories you've never heard before. From rare mint marks to hidden historical value, these tiny coins can surprise even expert collectors. Each one carries a unique past, a piece of American history in the palm of your hand. But here's the crazy part. Some coins like these have sold for way more than their face value. Yes, just 1 cent, turning into real treasure. So before you ignore that old coin lying around, think again, you might be holding something priceless. Stay tuned, because in this video, we'll uncover the secrets behind these amazing coins. Right finger, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable coin discoveries. Let's get started. Rocket. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin from 1959 could unlock a powerful story of change, legacy, and hidden value? A coin so common, yet so deeply connected to one of the most iconic figures in American history. This is not just money, this is a moment frozen in time. The 1959 1-cent United States of America coin marks a historic transition, because this was the very first year the design changed from the famous wheat reverse to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, honoring President Abraham Lincoln in a completely new way. For 50 years before 1959, the penny carried the wheat ears design, simple, classic, and familiar. But in 1959, everything changed. The reverse now featured the Lincoln Memorial, and if you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, making this coin one of the very few in the world to feature the same person on both sides. A detail that many people overlook, yet collectors deeply admire. This change was not random. It was introduced to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making the 1959 penny not just currency, but a tribute, a symbol of respect and remembrance. Minted in huge numbers in Philadelphia and Denver, these coins were made primarily of 95% copper, giving them that rich brown or reddish shine collectors love. But here's where things get interesting. Even though millions were produced, certain conditions like mint state quality, rare errors, or unique toning can increase the value of this coin significantly. Some collectors search for perfectly preserved examples, while others hunt for small minting mistakes that can turn an ordinary penny into a valuable collectible. Over the years, this coin has become a starting point for many new collectors, because it represents both history and accessibility. It's easy to find, yet difficult to find in perfect condition. And that's what makes it exciting. Imagine holding a coin that was made over 60 years ago, passed through countless hands, witnessed decades of change, and still survives today. It's not just metal, it's a silent witness to history. From the civil rights movement era to modern times, this coin has traveled through generations, and yet, many people still ignore it, thinking it's just 1 cent. But collectors know the truth. Sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest stories. So next time you see a 1959 penny, don't just pass it by. Take a closer look, because you might be holding a piece of history that's far more valuable than you think. Have you ever wondered how a simple 1-cent coin can carry decades of history and hidden value? Today, we explore the 1973 D Mint 1-cent coin. A small coin, but a big story behind it. This coin was minted in 1973 in Denver. The D Mint mark stands for Denver Mint. It tells us where the coin was made. On the front side, you see Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. This design was first introduced in 1909, and it continued for many years. On the back, you will find the Lincoln Memorial. This design started in 1959. It replaced the old wheat design, and it stayed until 2008. The 1973 penny is made mostly of copper. About 95% copper and 5% zinc. This gives the coin its classic brown or reddish color. Millions of these coins were produced. In fact, over 4 billion coins were made in Denver alone. So at first glance, it may seem very common. But here is where things get interesting. Not all coins are the same. Condition matters a lot. A coin in perfect condition can be worth much more. Collectors look for coins with no scratches, no wear, and strong details. These are called mint state coins. Some coins also have rare errors. For example, double strikes or off-center designs. These mistakes can increase the value. Even small differences can matter. Color, shine, and texture all play a role. Over time, many of these coins were used in daily life. They passed from one person to another, through shops, markets, and banks. Because of this, finding a perfect one today is not easy. This coin is part of a larger history. The early 1970s were a time of change in America. Economic shifts and rising metal prices affected coin production. Soon after, in 1982, the composition of the penny changed. Copper was reduced, and zinc became dominant. So the 1973 coin represents the end of an era. A time when coins were still rich in copper. For many collectors, this makes it special. It connects the past with the present. Imagine holding this coin in your hand. It has traveled for over 50 years, seen countless moments in history, and yet, it still exists today. Some people may ignore it. They may think it has no value. But collectors know better. Sometimes, the smallest coins tell the biggest stories. So next time you find a 1973 D penny, take a closer look. Because you might be holding more than just 1 cent. You might be holding history. What if a simple 1-cent coin from 1971 could tell a story of history, change, and hidden value that most people never notice? Today, we take a closer look at the 1971 D Mint 1-cent coin. A small coin, but full of meaning. This coin was minted in Denver. The D Mint mark shows its origin. A tiny letter, but very important for collectors. On the front, you see Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of leadership and unity. This design started in 1909, and it continued for decades without major changes. On the back, the Lincoln Memorial stands strong. This design began in 1959. It replaced the old wheat ears design. If you look very closely, you can even see a small image of Lincoln inside the memorial. A rare and interesting detail. The 1971 penny is made mostly of copper. About 95% copper and a small amount of zinc. This gives it that rich brown or reddish color. At that time, copper coins were still common. But changes were coming in the future. In 1971, millions of coins were produced, especially in the Denver Mint. This makes the coin easy to find today. But not all coins are equal. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A worn coin may be worth only 1 cent. But a perfect coin can be worth much more. Collectors search for sharp details, clean surfaces and original shine. Some coins also have mint errors, like double die or off-center strikes. These rare errors can increase value. Even small marks or color differences matter. Every detail tells a story. The early 1970s were a time of change. Economic pressure was rising. Metal prices were increasing. Soon, the composition of coins would change. By 1982, copper would be reduced. So the 1971 penny represents a classic era. A time when coins were still heavy and rich in metal. This coin traveled through many hands. Used in daily life for years. From shops to streets to savings jars. It may look ordinary today, but it has lived a long journey. For collectors, this makes it special. It connects us to the past. Imagine holding this coin now. Over 50 years old, still here, still telling its story. Many people ignore such coins. They think they have no value. But the truth is different. Sometimes, the smallest coins carry the biggest history. So next time you see a 1971 D penny, don't ignore it, take a closer look, because you might be holding a piece of history, worth more than you think.